Happy birthday, Rotary! On this day in 1905, the first Rotary Club meeting was held in Chicago, Illinois. Happy birthday, Rotary! You see, in the beginning, there was a man named Paul Harris who grew up in rural USA. When he moved to Chicago to start his practice as an attorney, he happened to be walking down the street one day and bumped into an old friend. As both were trying to expand their circle of friends as well as their businesses, they decided to meet with each other at their workplace. So Paul Harris, an attorney, and Gustav Flor, a mining engineer and Freemason, Sylvester Shalley, a coal merchant, and Hiram Shorey, a tailor, became quick friends and started that first Rotary Club. It was named Rotary because they rotated their meetings between each other's workplace. The idea caught on, and by 1910, there were 16 Rotary clubs in the U.S. By that time, they were referred to as the National Association of Rotary Clubs. When a club was formed in Winnipeg in November of 1910, Rotary became quasi-international and changed its name again, this time to the International Association of Rotary Clubs. Then came England, Ireland, and Scotland. It was a Rotarian from the Rotary Club of Calgary who truly made Rotary international. As a young man, James Wheeler Davidson joined Arctic explorer Robert Peary in his second expedition to Greenland. So this experienced adventurer traveled to Australia and New Zealand in 1921 to launch Rotary clubs. Yes, that was 100 years ago, and the government of Australia has commemorated 100 years of Rotary by releasing a commemorative stamp and coins. James Wheeler Davidson was asked by Paul Harris to expand Rotary even further in Asia in 1928. So, with $8,000 from Rotary, perhaps the first Rotary grant, he set out with his wife and daughter. That trip resulted in chartering 23 clubs in 12 countries, from Greece to Thailand. 1,200 clubs in India can trace their roots back to the clubs in Madras and Bombay, chartered by James. As a result, Rotary founder Paul Harris dubbed him the Marco Polo of Rotary. Rotary has had significant impact, as Rotarians were influential in the creation of great world organizations. 49 Rotarians, representing Rotary International, attended the United Nations Conference in San Francisco in 1945 and played an important role in the formation of the United Nations organization and in drafting its charter. Rotary's involvement with the United Nations continued when past Rotary International Vice President Carlos Romulo of the Philippines served as the fourth President of the United Nations General Assembly. Earlier in 1942, a Rotary-organized meeting in England planted the seeds that led to the creation of the United Nations Education, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, known as UNESCO, with whom RI has consultative status. Besides UNESCO, Rotary International sends representatives to the United Nations Environment Programs, the United Nations Human Settlement Programs, and other United Nations agencies. The United Nations recognizes Rotary International as an important and highly credible non-government organization. Rotary has evolved over the years, and in 1988, it took a Supreme Court ruling in the United States to allow women to join the Rotary family. Recently, Rotary has recognized Rotaract clubs as a club type, moving this younger Rotary experience from a program to an actual club status. Of course, our biggest project is the eradication of polio worldwide. This project was started by one Rotarian in one club in the USA, and what was a single club project to vaccinate children in one part of the Philippines turned into the biggest global health collaborative project the world has ever seen, bringing a service club, private donors, public and worldwide health organizations together. And we're so close to the finish line, with only 2 countries left. So here we are today. Our club, the Rotary Club of Calgary, is part of District 5360, which consists of 46 clubs, 3 Rotaract clubs, 17 Interact clubs. Our district is part of Zone 28, which is paired with Zone 32, and covers 4 countries, 2 official languages, and 6 time zones. And we are all part of a big Rotary family of just over 35,000 clubs and over 10,000 Rotaract clubs. That's around 1.4 million members around the world. serving others above self. And Rotary continues to evolve to remain relevant. It will have taken 34 years for a woman to ascend to the role of president. Jennifer Jones, a Canadian from Windsor, Ontario, will be the first Rotary International woman president in 2022-2023. We've recently placed emphasis on doing community assessments in evaluating and choosing where to have an impact. We've defined 6 steps of sustainability to ensure our impact is long-lasting. As mentioned above, Rotaract has been shifted from just a program of Rotary to full status as a Rotary type of club. And in response to the world as it is today, Rotary released a diversity, equity, and inclusion statement, adding these to our core values.